something. 10 men, 20 men, 30 men. That boo was something. 10 men, 20 men, 30 men. Yeah, drink 'em up. Yeah.
You know what it is, man. DJ Thoro, a.k.a. Thoro Zano, Bridge to the Streets. Right now, you're watching the hottest in the streets right here on thisis50.com. We live from One World Studios. Shout out my boy, DJ Boy Wonder. You know how we do. Special guest in the building. Introduce yourself.
In the building, man. Weezy in the building. Mr. 203. I'm out here. What's going on with you?
All right, Mr. 203. That's CT. That's Connecticut.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I have this segment on this show. But before I tell you what it's called, I got a question for you. Can you rap?
Yeah.
You didn't sound too convincing there.
Because I'm trying to figure out where you're going with next after all the segment.
Can you rap? It's a simple question.
Absolutely.
It's a simple question.
Absolutely.
Can you rap?
Yes.
Not talking about gifts. I know Christmas is right around the corner.
No, we good.
Can you spit?
Yeah.
Do you have bars?
We can do that.
All right, you can do that. All right, so I have this segment on my show. It's called On the Spot.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if anybody does research or watch any of my interviews, they already know. They would know that. You know what I mean? But you'd be surprised how many people come up here and they have no idea what's about to happen. You know what I mean? Because they're not ready. They're not ready for this. They're not ready for prime time. You know what I mean? Well, so listen, with that being said, this segment is called On the Spot. We need to hear some bars. All right? It could be anything. It could be a written off the top. It could be a song. It could be a go-to rhyme because every MC got that go-to rhyme. You know what I mean? It could be whatever, man. All I need you to do is look into the camera and impress the hell out of these people.
Let me see what's going on.
Let's go, baby!
I said, they say, I'm in the crib, I ain't know that much. I said, focus, get break, you don't count that much. I'm in the kitchen, water whipping, fixing or mixing a half a bird or a quarter chicken. Young bull up was a basket with it. Playing basketball against the tree with the basket with it. My style, I have to get it. I might stutter step like D Rose with a half a pivot. The scale's off, that's a half a digit. Pay the bail bonds, then we laugh and live it. Shit. Let me calm it down, bring the flavor back. We cool calm, we don't do drama, we got ways for that. My new clone's like a group home and the ways are back. A new phone will get you two-toned where your neighbors, where your waves is at.
Ooh.
Stop it. Let me tell you what's the bottom line. We's crip and he squeezed crips to the bottom line. Sip teas like the bottle's wine. At 16, I was ripping keys in my Calvin Klein. Shit. I was off the spot. I said, all right, listen. Cool, calm, but I keep mine. If maneuvering fast. Shots fired, he maneuver and crash. It's the gang to the death of me. Was locked in the can, day one nigga, the gang's in my pedigree. Niggas dying, or the streets got older. Seaweeds, no love, you think the streets got colder? 3 G's, my niggas get your peach knocked over. Trust me, when we out those beams, you coming out those dreams. You and you coming out those jeans. Don't need to touch me, them drums comping.
Alright, I'm convinced. You can rap.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Thank you.
That was dope. Let me tell you something. I'm a bar catcher too. That was dope. Let me tell you, my favorite rapper is Big L. So somebody gotta be saying some shit to impress me. If you know anything about Big L, you know what I mean? Like, that's the king of punchlining right there.
Like,
you know what I mean?
he definitely
Yeah.
what he do.
So I be telling people, like, I've heard it all. So you told me when you rap, I'm like, all right, go rap. And sometimes I just be like crickets in my mind, like, like that's it. Okay. Anyway, but yo, that was dope, yo.
I appreciate that.
Now I got one question though. Hold on. Who wrote that?
Seaweed.
All right, okay. All right, definitely dope. I like to play hip hop trivia. I mean, I don't know how deep you are into music or hip hop, but I like to think of myself as a hip hop historian. You know what I mean? Name me one famous rapper that came out of Connecticut.
One famous rapper that came out of
Came out of Connecticut.
Besides myself, soon to be. What? I don't know.
You don't know?
Nah.
I'm gonna name him for you.
All right.
He goes by the name of Steezo. He used to dance for EPMD. He had an album out called To the Max. He was on Sleeping Bad Records. He's from Bridgeport, Connecticut. You might want to look him up.
All right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, he was like late 80s, early 90s
Okay.
rapper. But he's from CT. That was the first rapper to come out of CT on a major on a label.
Information.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm a hip hop historian over here, baby.
You that.
You know what I mean? And then we got you coming up next. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Exactly. So what we doing? What we promoting? What's going on? Music. What we doing?
What we doing? We promoting straight unity. We're claiming. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Promoting straight unity, getting the people together, putting the BS aside. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, the rest of the music is rough and rugged. You know what I mean?
All right. All right, so you come in with substance and content, some
absolutely.
some content to make you think. I think that's needed right now because obviously if anybody watching the news, you see that it's a lot of shit going on in the world. And I always said if I was an alien and I landed on Earth right now and I listened to the radio, I would not know that that motherfuckers is getting shot by the police.
No,
I wouldn't know nothing about George Floyd. I wouldn't know nothing about racism because nobody's speaking on real life shit in their music. It's all turning up, selling drugs, popping pussy. It's nothing relative to what's actually going on. All that's fine, but all you hear that's being promoted, mainstream wise, is the party side of it. Like, how do you feel about that?
I feel the same way. You know what I mean? I definitely feel there definitely needs to be more stories told. You know what I mean?
Right.
More deeper messages. You know what I mean? Everybody got a story they trying to tell in their music.
Right.
But nowadays people too worried about selling instead of getting the message across. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Well, I think that's a misconception too because getting the message across could sell too. You know,
Yeah.
Tupac did it.
Yeah.
Biggie did it. You know what I mean? It's just that there's a thing called talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? There's a thing called intellect. A lot of people just don't have it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have nothing to offer.
Yeah.
But buffoonery and carbon copy shit. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, that's why you don't get that. You know what I mean? They don't have it. You know what I mean? They're not real. I have this thing's called career artists. They're not really career artists. They just like, this is for the time. Like, this is what's going on. It's trendy. Let me just do this. This is the only genre of music where you have more participants than fans. Think about that. Because everybody think they can do this shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
you're right about
the
that.
crazy thing about it, they're right. They can do the whack, corny. You're right. You can do that.
This is what sells.
Because that's what sells. But when I was coming up, when I used to listen to Nas or listen to Jay-Z or Biggie or Slick Rick or Raekwon, Ghostface, I didn't think I could rap like that.
No.
You don't. That's something you got to develop, and you got to have a skill to do.
It was also, you named those guys. They all was unique in their own way. No one sounded the same like today.
Right, and that's glad you brought that point up because people think you can't coexist if you sound different. You know what I mean? We don't have any variety. You know what I mean? There's nothing different about 90% of the music you hear. Especially the production. You know what I mean? Because I produce too. Like it's the same sound, same hi-hats, same beat patterns, same drums, same BPMs. Now I have this thing where I ask artists. Now that we speaking on this, what are you doing to stand out instead of fit in?
I stand out alone. Just my voice alone make me stand out.
Okay.
Just how I sound completely different make me stand out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And plus, what make me stand out with my message and what I'm trying to bring to the table is I'm actually a person that's going through and been through what he's talking about.
Okay.
You know? So I think I'm more relatable. And I think once you're more relatable, more people will listen in due time.
Right.
That makes you stick out.
Right. Now what song or single or record that you have out right now that people can go check out?
Oh, Claim It. It's on streams everywhere.
Claim It.
Everywhere, yep.
Now let's talk about that. What does that mean? What are we claiming?
Anything, no matter what color you is, no matter what nationality you is, no matter what it is. You know what I mean? We can put the BS aside, come together, and show people that we're not really monsters like people think.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's the whole message of the song.
Right. You know what? Because obviously somebody raised you correctly. Because I interview a lot of people and their mental just don't beat it. You know what I mean? Like I said, they come up here, they carbon copies of what they think they need to be. A lot of people not being themselves. You know what I mean? Like, because music is supposed to be a reflection of your environment and actually where you come from. So I get dudes up here from the South Bronx, and they sound like they're from Alabama.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, that don't even make sense. Like culturally, like why are you talking like? Why you sound like that?
Yeah.
Why you rapping like that? Those experiences don't happen in the South Bronx.
No.
Don't make sense to me. So I say all that to say, who were some of your musical influences growing up? Like, because you seem to have a good head on your shoulder in terms of like
name one, definitely Tupac. You know
Tupac. All right.
And a lot of my records definitely come from listening to Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I still listen to Group Home from time to time.
Oh shit!
You know what I
Wow.
mean? So
Little Dap and the Nutcracker. He said Group Home.
So
Dope.
It varies, you know.
I haven't heard that. Nobody said in a minute. Now Group Home was dope.
Mm-hmm.
I think Group Home was also dope because obviously DJ Premier was lacing them.
Yeah.
Like he was lacing them with them beats.
Beats crazy.
Malachi, I got to be honest, he wasn't that dope of a rapper. He was kind of simple simple with the raps, but it was still, the beats were so dope that it worked. You know what I mean?
The message.
Yeah, the message. It definitely worked. Yeah, it was simple, but it worked.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we don't get that no more. You see how you just said group home? I immediately know that's an identifying, like that's something different. There's nobody else sounded like that.
No,
Like-
that was a time back then when everybody had their unique
Had their
sound
own-
like that,
had their
you know
own
what I mean?
sound.
So now that's what I try to do, even down to my ad-libs. Everything about me, I try to make sound different.
Right.
Point blank, period.
Okay. So with that being said, you naming some heavyweights. You know what I mean? Like you said, obviously Wu-Tang. We don't. Everybody. I don't even have to go into the fact that Wu-Tang was 10 members actually, and they were all superstars. Like you'll never get another rap group ever with 10 members in it, and they all went either gold or platinum, and they were all superstars in their own right. That's never happening again.
That's not happening.
And more importantly, none of them sounded alike.
No, absolutely.
That's fucking impossible nowadays.
To end for them to have sat there and chill with each other
Right.
every day.
It just doesn't happen. And I'll give you a point in case. We have the Migos. I love the Migos, but they all they sound.
Absolutely.
There's only 3 of them, and they all sound the same.
They all sound the same, and where they from all sound the
Yeah,
same.
it's all the same shit. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean. Like Wu-Tang was obviously from New York and Staten Island and Brooklyn, but it was 10 of them, and none of them sounded alike. That's impossible nowadays because nobody, like you said, takes the initiative to go out of their way to be different or be unique. You know what I mean? We
Well, I
just,
like to stay traditional too, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm from the tri-state area, so I'm sound like I'm from there. You know
Right.
So.
hey, I appreciate that, brother. You don't know how that warms my heart.
I'm glad I got you up.
That warms my heart. I might shed a tear. Hold on, man.
I'm glad I was.
You got a tissue, please, over there. Somebody. That warms my heart to hear
I'm
that.
glad I was here to help.
You know what I
that
mean?
out,
Because
so,
sometimes it's torture for me to sit up here with artists, and I just looking at them like, "Where you say you from?" Okay, makes sense, I guess. Dope. So if anybody want to like get in contact with you or follow you, how can they do that?
See Weezy official IG. You know what I mean? Contact my management, Thoro Consultants. You can holler at me on my. Curse, my bad.
No, you can curse.
All right,
No, you gotta curse. It's mandatory. Or you gotta
me.
leave if you don't curse. You have
Look,
to curse.
you can find me on. You can just find me on social media. Holler at my management, man. DM me, DM them. They gonna get at me. You know what I mean? That's how it works.
Right. All right. Now, dream collaboration, man. I give you one record, one artist, any era, any genre. Who are you gonna do the song with?
Who? That's hard. That's tough. But overall, honestly, if I have to go back to the greatest, I would say definitely one with Pac. I
Pac?
have to do one with Pac. You know what I mean?
I ain't mad at that.
You know what I mean? Definitely. I'm still a fan of DMX's roughness, so I think you know what I mean. So I think that's one too. I just want
X is a legend, man.
I think that's one I just want to sit
Right.
and just had that sit there for me.
Speaking of X, did you see the versus battle with him and Snoop? Did you see that on IG?
Yeah, I seen it.
What'd you think of it?
I think them two is legendary. I think X should have did a bit more of a performance. You know what I mean? He was aggressive.
Right.
But you know, it's just.
Okay. Now speaking of performance, now let's go the week after that. Did you see Rick Ross and 2 Chainz?
No, but I seen that they did it though.
You didn't miss nothing.
No.
Performing wise,
No.
I love.
Cause ain't they performing their own songs though?
Yeah, they performing their own songs, but there's performing and there's what I call rap lip syncing. Motherfuckers rapping over their own lyrics.
Right.
What DMX and Snoop did was perform.
Their actual songs. Yeah.
There was no rapping over the lyrics. It was
Yeah.
the instrumental, and they was
Yeah.
performing that shit. So that's why I give it up to DMX and Snoop. And every time the record came on,
it was definitely great. You know, X just looked a little tired.
right. Well, he's getting back into shape. X is still a legend.
No,
and
definitely.
that's what it is.
Absolutely.
He even said, "Yo, I got this beer belly, yo." Yeah,
He was
yeah.
4-1.
Yeah. He was warning like, "Yo,
Absolutely.
got this beer belly." So,
Real
all right, so man. So before we get out of here, man, is there anything else you want to chop it up or talk about that we didn't touch on?
I think we touch bases, man. You know what I mean? We don't explain claiming. We don't explain see Weezy. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's it. You know what I mean? Just plenty more to come, plenty more to learn, man.
All right, man. CT's in the building, man.
Man, as always. Man.
As always, all right? So, like always, when you see us, one knee us. That means pay respects. Yeah.
10 men, 20 men, 30 men.